Hey YouTubers, we're hoping for some rain here. It says 60%, but the clouds are around us in like a circle. It doesn't look like we're going to really get any of it unless it's going to be later on tonight. Working on my crochet along. I decided that I was going to do 50 shells in each of my panels, and I'm doing a baby blanket because I know someone is pregnant. So this will be an awesome gift for her. So this is what it looks like so far, and there's going to be 50 shells in each one of these. Now, one of our friends, 1975, C. Coleman, 1975, she had a little problem where her center panels were off, maybe one or two as she went on. So what I think everyone should do is, you're doing 50 for these, but sometimes you lose count. I think everybody should just make these first, the center panels first. That way it's easier if you lose count and you say, well, oh, I only have 49. You can join your yarn back up with this and do the one. Like I'm doing 50 for mine, and I can add another one, and that way you can make sure that all your center panels are the exact count before you add the granny square border. And then once all your center panels are the same count, then you can go back and add the granny square border to each center panel. So that's my advice to anyone who hasn't started yet, or someone who has just been going along doing these first. I think that'll make it a lot easier in the long run for you to keep track and not have to do a lot of ripping out and going back and fixing, if you do it in a way that it's easy for you to repair at a stage, so you don't have to be ripping out 2 or 3 rows of different colors and stuff. Here's the second one. I just started on it. So I work full time, so I don't have when I'm in the mood to spin, I spin. Like for instance, that llama that I told y'all I was gonna start spinning. Well, I was in the mood to spin last night, which is why I haven't gotten as far as I was expecting on my crochet line. And I've already almost filled up this bobbin with that llama. So when I'm in the mood to spin, I spin, because I'm using up fiber, and I'm going to Maryland Shipping Wool. So the more I use, the more, I'm not buying fiber when I go to Maryland Shipping Wool this year. It has to be a very special fleece for me to buy a fleece this year for Maryland Shipping Wool. I go to get a new spindle from Jim's Turnstiles, and if the Jensens, if the Jensens are there, then I'll probably get one of their Turkish drop spindles. They're very made out of some real nice wool. So yeah, I'm waiting for it to rain so I can get some rain in my new rain barrels. Check the garden before I came in. Nothing new's come up because they need rain. I was trying to hold off from actually watering the garden because we're supposed to get rain tonight. Chance of thunderstorms tomorrow, and it's supposed to get rain Saturday and Sunday. One of the interns at work, they had to rip up their old deck because it had termites or something, and get it treated. So they had to rip it up so that the people could get down to where they needed to inject the poison and stuff. So I'm getting some of the uninfected wood from her this weekend, and I'm going to use it to make box beds for my garden on the other side of the garage. So I'm getting some free wood for that, so I'm happy about that. And plus the wood will get recycled instead of being thrown into a landfill somewhere to rot. So that's what's going on with that. Excuse my yawning. That's just a given now, I guess. What else? I love the poncho that Bejeweled Hedgehog made from the pattern that Susie shared with her. It's really nice, those colors. It was like that spring. I think I've used that before to make a scarf. That spring color. But I like how you found the tones that in the solids to put with that and use that in part of the trim and stuff. I think that would be pretty, like in a flower, like that was the center part of the flower of a rose or something. Make the variegated yarn like the center part of the rose, and then use the corresponding complementary colors as petals on the rose or the leaves and stuff like that. I think that would be cute. I should probably make ponchos for Christmas for people this year. I haven't gotten any more mail. I'm still working on fine-tuning that art. I gotta start on the other one tomorrow. I'll show y'all that. I'm fine-tuning that piece. So it's supposed to be the fixative that I have, so you can see stuff a lot better. And I'm working on trying to get the folds in for the fabric. And it's supposed to be a workable fixative. Well, it's not. This charcoal is just as dark here as it was before I put the fixative down. And see, none of it comes off on my fingers. So it's fixed. Lying people. So I'm gonna do this panel tonight, and then I'm gonna finish spinning this bobbin, and then I'm gonna start drawing the shoe for my class. So wish me luck on that. I did a shoe before, I just don't know what I did with it. I did out cheap. But I think I put the date on that one. Yeah, I think I know where it is. It's in this book. Let me see. I think it's in this book. I think I cut it out and put it in here. Some of y'all might, like Boondocks fans, might recognize that guy. I drew that at work one day too. I was bored. Yeah, too late. It's already in my book. These are my sneakers. I like New Balances. I've been wearing them ever since I was in the Navy. I have my feet. Well, since I've been on the blood pressure medicine and the diabetes medicine, I haven't had any trouble with swelling like I used to. So I always get a boy size 8 New Balances, which is like a size 10, 10.5. Depends on the shoe, how it's made, how the width of it is across the toes. And they're very comfortable shoes for me. The pair I have here, I'm going to have to replace soon. I've had those shoes, I think about, we moved into this house in 2006. I've had those shoes since 2003. That's how long I've had those sneakers, and they've held up very well considering how much walking and stuff I do in them. And so now I'm using them out in the garden and stuff because my boots, because my ankles aren't swollen anymore, my boots are sliding around and causing blisters on my feet. So I got to get some new boots or get some boot socks, some thick boot socks. And because those boots are only 2 years old, and they're steel toe boots, so when I'm out in the garden, I'm with the tiller and stuff and the lawnmower, like, protect my feet. So, and I think I paid like $45 for those boots because it was hard for me to find a pair that fit. And they're women's shoes. Normally I just go to the men's section to find comfortable shoes. I don't get it. Just because we're women does not mean we don't want comfortable shoes, whether it's tennis shoes, running shoes, or steel toe work shoes. I remember when I was in the Navy, my boondockers fit horribly, and they totally they destroyed my toenail beds because I'm one of those people whose second toe is longer than my big toe. So my second toe was always rubbing up against the shoe because instead of fitting it to my second toe, they were fitting it to my big toe. And so I have to go to a podiatrist now, and he saw them, and he was like, he said, "Were you in the military?" I said, "Yeah." Now, you know, if he looks at your feet and asks you if you were in the military, he's good. He's been dealing with a lot of military feet in his career. He's like, "Were you in the military?" I said, "Yes, sir, I was." He said, "I see this a lot in my female patients who were in the military who had, their second toe." Apparently, it's not as uncommon as I thought it was. A lot of people's second toe is actually longer than their big toe. And I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. I thought it was, I was just Another little freakish little thing of mine. So anyway, the electrical shoes and stuff I used to have to wear, and the steel-toe boots I used to have to wear, they were ill-fitting, and so that's why the nail beds on those toenails, for my middle toenails, the second toenails are misshapen and thick, compared to my other toenails, which are perfectly fine. So, so yeah, that's my foot woes. I know I got something wrong with me every day, don't I? It's my skin. But my feet don't swell anymore like they used to, so my shoes don't fit like they used to. And so I have to just, you know, break down and just go. I hate shopping. I hate clothes shopping, shoe shopping, bra shopping. I can't stand it. I will go to a yarn store. I will go to a hardware store. I will go, you know, anywhere but the other places in a heartbeat. Because I've never been interested in fashion, you know, clothes or something to keep you covered up with, you know, shoes. I don't need them high. I'm flat-footed. Well, I'm definitely flat-footed now. I barely squeaked by to get into the military. They shoved the ruler up under my foot. I probably shouldn't have passed the freaking exam. But yeah, women's shoes. I've always looked at high heel shoes like, why? It looked like torture tools to me. Like, why would you put your feet through that? And I used to watch my cousins shoving their feet into shoes that's too small. And I'm like, your shoes are too small. Why are you doing that to your feet? You know, you know, your bones and stuff is still growing in your feet, and you're gonna end up with all kind of health problems with your feet later on. And then I saw that stuff like in the Middle Ages and all this stuff where the women thought having small feet was some kind of status thing, and so they would bind their feet to try to stop them from growing, and then the bones end up being all misshapen, and they be crippled, you know, later on in life. And for a shoe, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So no, I like for my shoes to be comfortable. They're for me, for my comfort. And I don't care who's looking at me or who's saying those are some ugly shoes, or they might be ugly by your standards, but they're comfortable on my feet. They're not rubbing on anything, causing no corns, no blisters. My arches aren't hurting. So guess what? They can be ugly to your eyes, but they feel good on my feet. So, you know, your opinion is your opinion, but my feet are happy. So that's just me. I don't think anyone should put, you know, if you can wear them comfortably, that's your business. Fine, good for you. I'm so happy for you. But when I was in the Navy and when I was, you know, young and stuff, and I would go to parties and clubs and stuff, it couldn't have been very comfortable, and half the women was walking out in the parking lot on pebbles, holding them dang on shoes because their feet were killing them. They had to walk on pebbles. Couldn't even wear the shoes no more because they were rubbing and hurting their feet too bad. Explain that to me. That's stupid. If you'd have had on some comfortable shoes, you knew you were going to be out there dancing. If you'd have had some comfortable shoes to start with, you could have been out there and still out there having a good time, dancing. You wouldn't have been walking on these sharp little pebbles, tearing up your stockings, trying to get to your car because your feet hurt too bad and them shoes to put them back on, or your feet done swole and you can't get the shoes back on. But that's just me. The moral to this story is, think about it. What's more important? Impressing some man who's probably going to be leaving you for some other chick at the club as soon as you turn your back, or make sure your feet comfortable. So while she's limping out of the club and he's looking at her like she done lost her mind, you can be strutting out to your car, swaying your hips in perfect comfort. So, but I've been watching everybody's videos, and I don't know what's going on with YouTube. It still won't clear some of my videos. I'm just gonna call out the people who videos refuse to come off of my list. I've tried unsubscribing and resubscribing and everything, and these people in y'all's videos still won't leave the list. And I'm gonna tell you which ones it is. The first one is Susie Cusey's Vlog 22, Computer Storage, American Dream, etc. That one, I've played it 2 or 3 times. I've unsubscribed and resubscribed from her, and that video comes right back on my list. I've dumped my cookies. I've gotten rid of, cleaned my caches out, rebooted my computer and everything, and log back into YouTube, and these same videos are still there. So I know it's a YouTube thing and not, a browser thing, because I can look at the video from Safari, Internet Explorer, or Opera, or what's the other browser? Firefox. I can look at them from any of those browsers, and it's still, these videos are still not clear like I've watched them. And so what I'm doing now is I'm going to watch the video, and then I'm going to report an error and tell them what's going on for each of these videos, and maybe they'll figure out what happened. Because the day that these videos started doing this, let me see, was the day that people were reporting email outages and stuff for Google. And when YouTube was, I think they were trying to fix one of their other problems that they had. So yeah, it's very annoying, very irritating, very, very irritating. Because I watched all those videos, so already. So that's it. That's my vlog for today. My rant for today. I just want to lay my head down and take me a nap. Allergies weren't too bad today. I started sneezing, and I took some took two of the low dosage Benadryl, and for some reason those things take forever to kick in. But after a couple of hours, it was finally kicking in, but it make you a little sleepy and tired feeling. But at least they stopped most of the sneezing and stuff. I'll still, like, if something just tickling your nose the right way, I'll still, have a sneeze, but it won't be like before where you just like had no choice, and it was just like sneeze, 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 eyes running, burning, blah 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 blah. I don't know. I don't like it. I really don't. I mean, I grew up in North Carolina in the boondocks, in the woods, pine trees all around us, maple trees, huckleberry trees out in the woods, sycamore, gum trees. We grew up with all that stuff around us, and honeysuckle blooming all over the place. Wister. It is something up here in Virginia, a mold or something that's in the air up here. It has to be something that's, because we're near the Disney Swamp too. So there's something up here that just does not sit right with my allergies. I never had this problem nowhere else I've been stationed at. When I was stationed where we were in California, New Jersey, Florida, Texas, North Carolina. It's only been since we've been to Virginia that I've had so much trouble with my freaking allergies. And it's very annoying. So, if anybody else has that problem, and they actually know what kind of pollen or mold it is, please feel free to tell me. Because I'm probably going to have to go get skin testing done. Trying to figure out what it is. Maybe they have maybe there's a particular tree in my neighborhood that I'm going to have to get rid of. Salt the earth near it. Kill it. Who knows? Alright, y'all. Y'all take care. Oh, Andy, hurry up and do something with those pins so I can see what they do. I saw some of the videos on Dick Blick and stuff where people were using them and stuff, and they were very impressive. And I think I might get some for putting for her her birth. But no, we already got that frame for her for that picture. But I might get her some for Christmas. Get her some of those because she loves watercolor. Watercolor is her favorite medium. When we get the painting back, I'll try and remember to take pictures of it with my camera so y'all can see. I'll put a link to her website and her what's that place called? DeviantArt site, so y'all can go and y'all can look at some of my daughter's stuff. I mean, she amazes me. Her talent is amazing, and I just wish that I had somebody pushing me the way she had people pushing her and making sure she had those opportunities with art. It's like I'm way behind the curve, and I've gave in to, the what was expected of me versus what I wanted for myself. And now that I'm adult, my kids are older, I can pursue some of those, but you still feel like it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Too late for you to, you know, make a career of it. But then I say, well, look at Grandma Moses. So I don't know. I'm just gonna keep doing what I can do, working on my art, working on my spinning, doing things that I enjoy, that make me happy and help me stay de-stressed. And eventually, you know, maybe things will get to the point where, you know, we can downsize, maybe the market will pick up and we'll have enough repairs and stuff done that we can find a smaller house further out in the country, but within a decent driving range, and we know we can sell this house and move, and I can get me a couple of animals and slow down a little bit more and have more time for the things I want to do. Alright, y'all take care.